America, the average female height is 5 foot 3.5 inches, and the average height of males is 5 foot 9 inches. The American average weight is 200 pounds for men and 170 for women, showing that on average, men are larger than women.
It is more difficult to fight off someone larger than you, and since men are on average larger than women, this puts the majority of women at a physical disadvantage when fighting with men.
Women and men are equally likely to be victims of violent crimes, so it should be equally important that we teach women how to defend themselves.
It is especially important for women to know how to defend themselves against physically advantaged individuals because 77% of violent crime offenders are men.
The chances of becoming a victim of a violent crime in Baltimore City are 1 in 55, compared to 1 in 253 in Maryland. Since Baltimore is such a high crime city, it's important to know how to defend ourselves against violent crime.
To learn how to prevent becoming a victim of violent crime, we spoke to Michael Brooks, who is the Director of School Safeties here at RPCS. Mr. Brooks has been in the law enforcement and security field since 1981, which is 42 years. He started as a military policeman, then became a police officer. While speaking with Mr. Brooks, we asked him why self-defense is so important, and this is what he had to say. Self-defense gives you the confidence to do what you want to do and not be afraid to go different places, and having that confidence that things will be okay because you know how to take care of yourself.
Mr. Brooks teaches a semester course for seniors where you learn to see where the potential dangers are in different places and how to stay in control and safe in those situations. For instance, an elevator with a random person is a potentially dangerous situation, but you can stay in control by simply standing near the buttons so that you're in charge of where it's going and can press the emergency button if need be. He stressed the importance of knowing where the outs are in places that you frequent, such as knowing which button on the elevator even is the emergency button.
The course also covers what do you do if you find yourself in a situation where you have to fight. Here are some important points from that. Firstly, know that the initial encounter is when they have the least amount of control and you can take advantage of that. All you need is a couple of fast and powerful strikes with your knees, fists, elbow, feet, or head to their vulnerable locations such as eyes, throat, groin, and kneecap in order to disable them enough that you can get away. And remember that when you fight, your objective is to get away, not to be into the attacker.
The most important thing that Mr. Brooks wants everybody to know is to never go to a secondary crime scene. What this means is that you should never, as hard as you can, never let yourself get taken or leave the place where they initially confronted you, because you have more power in the place where they initially confronted you. And the only reason that they're taking you to another place is that they can have more power and they can do more harmful things to you.
So, how do you avoid this? Well, the answer to that is just you need to do anything you can to get away, because it's really your only chance. Think, if they're gonna shoot you right there, they would also shoot you at the secondary crime scene. And a helpful tip is that if it's a situation where, they're costing you at your car, throw the car keys one way and run the other. If they go after the car keys, then that's great, you just got away. If they go after you, it can also be helpful knowledge to know that you are going to have to fight them, and you can prepare for that. Any information you can get on your attacker is helpful because it gives you more control and power in the situation so that you can anticipate their actions and use the information to get away.